Welcome to Local Spotlight. I'm sitting here with Shameless Strings.
Hello, thank you so much for having us.
Nice for being
Anna.
Me, that's me. I'm Anna.
Eric.
I'm Eric.
Now, what I loved about them when I first saw them, I'm like, they have this, it's like this mid-'80s, early '90s kind of feel, but you weren't even really born.
Welcome to the show, where we reach into the shadows to discover the unsung heroes among us and bring them into the local spotlight.
So I felt like a '90s kid was made again even after then, which was pretty cool.
I appreciate that. I mean, the 90s, fuck, Lisa Frank, can I swear on this?
Fuck yeah, you can.
Okay,
Fuck
fuck. Lisa fucking Frank.
Fuck.
It's just all of the aesthetic of the 90s, the alien lava lamps, everything about it. But I mean, that's where you got Weezer and so many, just, I can't even begin to name all of the great bands that came in the 90s, like Beck, and like, it was just the Pixies. Yeah.
Did you ever listen to Butthole Surfers?
Yes.
Love Butthole Surfers.
Another wonderful 90s band. So
Yes.
I think what I always loved about those bands is they weren't afraid to have fun, and that's Violent Femmes is another
Violent
huge,
Femmes.
yeah, like is another big. I feel like it's like a inspiration of ours.
How do you feel about the fact that we still don't have a hoverboard? Like, remember Back to the Future when you saw that hoverboard and you were like, yes, when we get that to that time in the future, we're going to have hoverboards, and we still don't have hoverboards. I'm pissed about the fact
Yeah.
that I don't have a hoverboard still.
Well, I mean, Zeno,
if the Cubs are any indication, I feel like reality is a year behind the events in the movie.
Yeah, I feel.
Okay.
Because the Cubs won in, 2016? And
Why are you looking at me?
because, the Cubs won 2016. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in the movie, it said the Cubs won in 2015. So we're just a year behind.
So you're saying
So-
wait a year and hoverboards will come?
Yeah, well, I mean, the technology already exists. The technology's out there. We just need to figure out how to make semiconductors
I don't think
at room temperature.
in this economy.
How about aliens, dude?
Oh,
Well,
first of all, they prefer to be called extraterrestrials.
that's fair.
Because
And
they like being extra?
yeah, well, I mean, and that's part of our audience, right? So, like, fucking, I believe in Contact. I believe, Jodie Foster. She's sitting there with her little radio and everything in Contact, and like, music is kind of my way of, getting out there and to whoever's listening. I feel like Extraterrestrials. We actually have a song about an extraterrestrial, and they're part of the audience.
We actually do have a song about kind of an alien.
Yeah, being far away from home, and so, I mean, I'd like to include them in our audience if they're listening, if they're tuning in.
I love the subject matter of your songs. It's very apocalyptic, aliens, end of the world, Mad Max mixed with pixie dust and like fantasy animals and like that,
And beer.
and beer.
Well, fueled by beer.
Fueled by beer.
It's all originals that you do pretty much, right?
Yeah.
We only perform originals.
Okay, so go through your songs and tell us what each song is about.
Thank you.
Like, just like the topics.
All right,
Okay.
we got
Topics.
this. So let's do the rundown. I didn't bring my song book with
It's
me.
okay. You wrote them. You'll be able to remember.
First song,
We'll work it out. We'll talk through this.
Zombie Island, a song about
With Zombie Island, which is our first song. It's the first song that we ever wrote together.
Yes, and that song is about an island cursed. All the inhabitants are undead. They rise every night. And then there's zombie pirates that come in, and they're doomed every night to perform the same battle.
Ritual over and over again. Of
Yeah.
The zombie,
But they love it.
The zombie
So-
pirates come in to the zombie island. They battle it out. And I don't know who wins every night, but at the end of every night, once the sun comes up, they all die again.
Yeah.
And then they're cursed to repeat the same dance over and over and over again.
Song 2. Sidekick is about a superhero looking for their sidekick. So that could be romantic. That could be your best friend. We have a song called Lamp, which is about Mothman.
Yeah, it's a love song about the Mothman.
Yes. What else? Howl. That's about.
No, we forgot Cozy Spot.
Cozy Spot. That song.
Cozy Spot. That's a song about seasonal depression and the end of the world and going through the two of them together.
And then
Is that happening in December then?
Yeah, that song was written like in the depths of like, you know, that January that really just like is dark and lasts forever.
Most Januaries?
Yeah.
All the Januaries of Indiana. Yeah, exactly.
When the sun goes down at 3:00 and you're left
with your thoughts.
You're left with your thoughts in the darkness and the cold.
So that's kind of where your band stemmed from, is the darkness of the COVID days. You call yourself a pop band.
Yeah, we call ourselves a pop band because we are a product of the pandemic.
Okay.
We're not actually a pop band, in my opinion. I think we're more along the roots of.
I don't know what we were. I wouldn't really.
Punk roots, I guess.
I don't know.
I have punk roots, but.
I don't like.
Yeah, punk, alternative, a little bluesy in times.
Yeah, I don't really like giving us a genre because I want to explore every genre.
Why Shameless Strings? Why Shameless?
Yeah, I would say we're just shamelessly willing to go anywhere. I think that to be an artist, but to step up on stage, or if you're a visual artist, to put your stuff out there and whatever you do, you have to be a little bit fucking shameless, meaning that you have to cast any idea of like humiliation, fear, etc. aside. And you have to be able to put yourself out there. And I think for us, we don't play because we think we're perfect. And I don't sing because I think I'm a great singer. But I think that we play and we sing because we have something to say.
More so, I think, what she said. But also, I think in order to do this and get up there on stage, at some point within yourself, you just need to have no shame and just say, fuck it.
Fuck it. Yep.
Just do it.
That's my advice to other artists.
Did you ever, before you had this band, were you ever on stage?
No, well,
kind of.
Yeah.
We've done other things like, we used to host karaoke. Like we've done other things like, that involve crowd control. Yeah. But as far as like performing in front of a group of people, like musically, no, we've never done anything like that before. The Shameless.
What was your first show?
November, the Spot Studio.
Oh, really?
Shout out to the Spot.
Yeah, I love the Spot.
Yeah, shout out. Every time they get such good pizza. John and
their
Julie
pizza's
Huber,
amazing.
bless them. But Thursday nights down in good old Schneider, Indiana. I feel like I'm like
little
accidentally
unassuming
looking
Schneider.
at the camera
That's
more
fine.
than I'm looking at you.
It's fine.
How come you don't look at me anymore?
I do give you some eye time,
Thank you, okay.
but
Aw, attention.
just a little bit. But yeah, that was our first place that we played, and then from there we just felt encouraged.
What did it feel like?
Well, not too long before we played that show, I got diagnosed with having high blood pressure. So I thought I was going to die because I thought my heart was
It's the end of the world. We're going to play this show and you're gone.
Yeah, I mean, really, like for any musician, I feel like that's the goal, to die on stage. If you die on stage, like... Valhalla. Yeah, exactly. Valhalla, here I come. I'm not gonna die mowing the grass or, shitting out a peanut butter and banana sandwich on the toilet.
Don't diss on Elvis like that. But
Just get that visual out of my head. What's your favorite food?
oh shit, no, don't do this. So he's a chef. So all of his food, he makes everything.
I have to say something too. This, when you told me that you were a chef, I have had all of these encounters when I've owned other businesses and done things for people that cook. I had somebody come in here and they were talking about, oh yeah, they're this fantastic caterer. Every single time, no one ever brings food. And then they say, oh, well, we'll be
brought
back.
you beer,
and
if that counts.
we'll be, that does. But your food, that's, so please come back and
Oh, absolutely.
please.
What is your favorite fruit, Zeno? Like, what would you?
Yeah,
want
what
us
are
to
we
make
what
for
are we
you?
bringing you? I mean, tell me.
Like your heart's
I can make
desire.
any-
For whatever reason, desserts came to mind.
Okay, that's
Okay.
really fortunate because right now, like literally before we came here, we're workshopping signature ice cream flavors for our business that we just started up.
What's this business you just started up? Promote it.
Okay.
All right, it's called The Traveler LLC. For the tax man out there who's listening, obviously.
Yeah.
But so we are basically a little company, and we are partnering with the museum at Lassen's Resort in Cedar Lake on the east side. Beautiful location. It used to be a 1920s resort. And now it is a museum. I'm third generation there, so my great grandma worked there as a maid. And then my grandma was there as a volunteer, like for like decades, I think 40, 50 years. I don't even know. And then I also kind of grew up there because my grandma looked after me a lot. So yeah, we're working out of there to create an awesome culinary anthropological program, like an exhibit you can
Yeah,
eat.
really. Yes.
A culinary anthropological program.
You could time travel through taste.
Yes.
Time
Whoa.
traveling, is that? Yes, I love
Yes.
that. That sounds fantastic.
And that's really kind of like where the traveler came from, because not only are you traveling, traveling like across land, to experience like different cuisine, which we like to incorporate into our food, but you're traveling through time. You're traveling back to a time where these dishes are meant to take you and really give you a history lesson.
I'm kind of curious as to seeing the dynamic between you two. You guys have been together for how long?
Almost 15 years.
No,
In
over
September.
15 years.
I don't know. Wait, 2009. It's
2009.
2024 now. Really? I don't know math, but somewhere around there.
Okay, so you obviously are very imaginative. I'm just trying to picture the kinds of conversations that go on when you're both laying in bed right before you fall asleep, and then you start dreaming about the future and space and aliens and the apocalypse. Like, do your conversations just...
Our
It's
conversations,
pretty fucked up. It's
our
insane.
conversations like devolve into a fever dream sometimes.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. We were like talking about our dreams not long ago, and you're like, yeah, we had a baby gorilla named Mr. Coco.
Yeah.
But like, no.
Usually, like we wake up in the morning, like we'll tell each other like what our dreams were.
If
like
we had some good
she was
ones.
angry the other day. She had a dream that I was cheating on her,
Of
or
course,
she
when
thought I was going to be cheating on her, and I was like, no, I'm not cheating on
and then
you.
you're like, let me tell you
And
about
then
my baby
I had-
gorilla dream.
I had a dream that we adopted a baby gorilla, and his name was Mr. Coco, and he.
I was like, that's so much better than
Yeah,
mine.
and he kept like acting up, and I would have to keep like telling him like, get up in my lap, Mr. Coco, and he would jump up into my lap, and every time he would jump up into my lap, he would like nut slap.
What color was this?
What a deal.
It was a gorilla. It was a gorilla color.
It was a real gorilla color. It wasn't like a fancy color?
No, he wasn't like no tie-dye gorilla. He was a gorilla.
Yeah, we're just all over the place, but I think that's what it's like. It's like, I mean, it's kind of like at childhood, you have a slumber party and you imagine the crazy shit you and your friends talked about.
And you guys just never have you always had that, hey, I'm bizarre, you're bizarre, let's be together bizarre?
That's how we got together.
We've
yeah.
lasted so long because we've never gotten tired of each other. Every day is like we get to spend another day with each other.
Just like doing
And just-
weird shit,
and
coming
just
up
like
with stuff.
and just create something fucking goofy for this world that it has to experience.
Yeah, right. We're not locked in here with them. They're locked in here with us.
You guys are all locked
mentality.
in with us. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
So what kind of gigs are you doing? What kind of gigs do you want to do? Like if once people hear you, you're going to fit really nice in some event spaces and some venues. Like, where do you want to play? What do you want to do? Like, if you could promote to somebody like, hey, if you do this, you should where would it be? I mean, besides LiveXStudios, to have your own private release party for your album that you're going to record. But
I was gonna say,
Well, I
yeah,
was
this place is pretty
Yeah.
amazing to play.
I don't know if everybody can like really fully appreciate this studio.
Yeah,
I think
you
it's-
can only see
it's
this side, but
amazing.
even behind, it's
it
great.
really is
It's-
cool. Like you guys
this
have done a
studio is
bang up
so
job.
good.
Like
You
Yeah.
got the vibes, you've got the set. So I just want to say this
and you
is
guys have brought the
amazing.
personality, which really just puts the cherry on top.
Yes. But other than that, we are playing Smokey Joe's in Crete.
Oh, I like Spunky Joe's.
Go there. The barbecue's amazing. Their stage is beautiful.
they have a very beautiful stage.
we are playing. I
Are
should
you
have,
doing that with Danny?
Yes, Danny Lemon
Danny
rocks. I love
Check
him.
out Danny Lemon
Shout
music.
out to Danny.
He's him on the keyboard. Oh my god, it blows me away. And that's
Perfect
where I
gentleman.
saw
That
your
guy's
show,
class act.
And yeah, you play there. So
Yeah.
Please check out that place. It's
we've
cool.
gotten invitations to go play Riley's Rock House, which I was really excited about because I used to attend punk shows there back in the day. And I saw some really cool, bands there, like the Casualties we saw there. Saw some other, cool punk bands. So I'm really excited about that one.
There's no dates on those, but Smokey Joe's is. I should have looked this up before. It's going to be in mid-June.
So I guess we're going to have to drop this episode before mid-June.
I think so. But
If
then
not,
September, this is the coolest one we're most excited about. Freak Out at Fowler. There is a haunted museum, my friends.
No, not a haunted museum. It's a
haunted
theater.
Yes, a haunted theater.
Haunted
in
movie
Fowler?
theater.
In Fowler, Indiana.
I know it's a little bit out.
Where's this grand metropolis of Fowler?
Fowler's an hour
Grand
south
Metropolis,
on 41. So it's like kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's like a really tiny kind of one street downtown.
Do they have a gas station?
They have one gas station. It's really hard to find a place that's open for lunch, but their bowling center is amazing. It's a very, very small town. I think their population is
4.
like nothing. Yeah, it's like a couple thousand. But it's a beautiful place, and it's really has a cool historical background. Fowler Theater is a really awesome place. It was preserved by a group of people that really had to fight to keep it from being, knocked down. And
are those the people that are still there?
Well,
nobody's been able to prove anything as of yet.
No. There's some paranormal evidence that have come out of Fowler. But we are playing Freak Out at Fowler on September 21st, and that's a Saturday. It's going on all day, and it is a really cool paranormal convention that supports a historical location.
I've been thinking about. There's a couple of people I've talked to that are in the paranormal. I've heard that in Northwest Indiana, the paranormal community is quite vast.
It is, my friend. So, one of the things.
Are you involved?
I am. I consider myself.
I don't know. Are we?
I consider myself a paranormal journalist.
You're a paranormal journalist,
I've
too.
written a
See,
lot
this is
of
awesome.
paranormal stuff, a lot of paranormal articles. I actually won an award from Society of Professional Journalists for an article about how the paranormal investigators are actually helping preserve these historical places. And
Interesting.
it's like paranormal tourism is keeping a lot of these places alive and thriving.
Interesting.
It's a cool concept. And I was able to, I think it speaks a lot for I just want the field to be legitimized. I'm full Mulder and full Venkman. I want full Mulder.
Full Venkman.
Yeah. And so
Fox Mulder,
Got it.
and
Okay. Yeah.
so I
The real nerds got that reference.
I believe, and so it's like I just want it to be legitimized, so I try to write about it as much as I can.
Have you ever used a spirit box?
I have, and weird things have happened.
Can you tell me a spirit box story?
So before I went to Fowler, I was listening to I was watching different YouTube videos because the person that works the volunteer that's mainly there and runs it, along with a group of other people, he does a lot of videos, and he does spirit box sessions, stuff like that, EVPs. And so I was doing research on this, and I was listening, and it said my name. It said Anna on the spirit box, and then it said Sing on the spirit box. And I'm sitting there, I got chills watching this YouTube video. I was like, and I knew I was going to go there, after my research. And so I was like, well, this is a sign. I have to go there and I have to sing. And
It went like
sing. Yes. It did that. And I was just, and the person that made the video put up the, words and everything. So I was like, well, I have to
I'll
go
link
there
to
and
that
sing.
video right here. I don't know if we can do that.
Oh
Can
my
I
gosh.
just do that with anything?
You're just so many links are going to be
Is
a
that
part
how
of
it
this.
works?
That's fine, but you're gonna have to provide the links. 'Cause
I
I don't know
will.
what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
I'll do
about.
my best.
We'll figure it out in post.
So anyhow, I went there and I played my ukulele. I played Break On Through to the Other Side because I thought it was appropriate. And during that, they had I forget what it's called. It's not a spirit box, but it's called an obelisk or something. And it does the same thing where it cycles through frequencies, but instead of vocally like saying these things like an audio device. It's actually like a digital device, and it'll say the words that pop up. And during it, it said melody in Portal, and I was like, whoa. So my plan is to open up a portal with my ukulele.
A portal.
You need
the
to write a
musical
song
dimension.
about this portal, and you need to write a song about your gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Coco,
Mr. Coco.
the
will
Nut
come-
Smasher.
The Nut Annihilator. Like, I swear to God,
Did I like
every-
accidentally knee you in my sleep or
I
something?
don't
or
know,
kick
but
you
every
while
time he
sleeping?
like jumped up into my lap, he like definitely like slapped my nuts.
Well,
and
anyways,
I felt it.
Mr. Coco, the nut slapping
Yeah.
gorilla.
I do want to write a song though.
He's just a little boy. He's boisterous, but I mean, he means well.
You know so much about him.
Yeah. I
Wait.
feel like we know.
Have you ever flown in your dreams?
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
When you fly, how do you fly?
I don't know. Sometimes, like, I'm like a, you know, and like you drag like somebody across, like an NPC glitches out, and you're just like flying in the air, standing.
An
Sometimes
NPC
it's-
glitches out.
Yeah, and they're just
And
like.
what was an
flying in the
NPC
air.
again?
Like a non-playable character. When you're playing a video
I know,
game.
but do you know what it stands for? I looked it up. It's actually like data. It's like it actually like a programming data for what? Do you know what it stands for?
I thought it was non-playable character.
Does it mean something else?
NPC. I looked up MPC because I thought for this whole time everybody was saying NPC. NPC is a
Now you
non-playable
know.
character.
Yeah, those guys that glitch
Do you
out.
think
Well,
I'm
you
a
know.
non-playable character?
No, you're definitely have main character vibes. So
Yeah.
you're
You're like a final
okay.
boss type character.
Oh my god, yes! You have to go to Zeno to his studio. Like it's like Pokemon in a gym,
This is my last lifetime.
but you have to.
That's what they tell you every
That's a lot
time.
of pressure. Yeah, right. That's how they sell you on it. They're like, it's
That's
fine.
how they get
One
you
more
to
time.
keep re-signing up
One
for
more
this
time,
thing
and you'll
called
get
life.
recycled into the ether.
Like it's
Yeah,
your
right.
final time, we swear. But don't believe those guys at the Afterlife Bureau. They're fucking lying to you. They lie to you every single time.
They're like, we swear you'll get recycled into the
Yeah.
ether. It'll be great. It's like, fuck
She's
you.
saying this like she's heard it 100 times.
Yeah. Oh,
Fuck you if you're listening, guys.
I feel like we have the same beliefs. So like I know exactly where you're coming from. I know I've lived 1,000 times at least before this.
Have you ever done a past life hypnotic regression?
I have not. Do you do those?
Do you want to do a hypnotic
Oh
past
my
life regression?
god, that would be so
Sure.
exciting. I would love to know.
right
it.
here on air? No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that.
Right
I
now?
was like,
No, it's
Do you mean
dog.
right now, Zeno?
no,
look down in the links.
Links below for the video.
no. But you know, I could say, hey, if you want to be on local spotlight, you'll get a free past life regression thrown in.
I would do it.
You would do it? Maybe I'll just give you one after the.
Because who knows? Who knows? You know, I was probably a praying mantis or something.
Is that what you think you'd be? A praying?
A big giant one.
How big would you be?
Oh, like
Big enough to be
taller
me.
than I am. I would love to be not as small as I am.
Really?
Like 8 feet. Would
I know,
be
but you
sweet.
can fit into so many small places.
I could, but like I like to reach the tall places better.
Well, you guys have each other.
I know. That's why I keep them around.
Eric. Eric.
I'm her human ladder.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to stick together for a while. It seems
Yeah.
like you're going to. Seems like you
Yeah.
just might make it. That's
I
pretty
think,
cool.
I
You
think
still
it'll
like
be
each
great
other.
being ghosts together. Honestly, I look
Ghosts
forward
together.
to it.
And then you're going to keep playing
No,
music.
not just ghosts. I feel like we want to be shadow people together.
No, shadow people, lame. I don't condone that.
So, what kind of comic books and video channels and like Discord groups or like where do you hang out when it's dark?
well, I love.
in bed because we are usually too busy to.
Well, he means
really-
like in the internet
I know what he
world
meant.
ether.
I mean, you
Okay.
have a language and you've studied, you've gone down some pretty bizarre rabbit holes. So, how do you get to know the knowledge that you have? Is my point.
Oh well, I mean, I'll tell you what. Reddit.
Like you view the world through NPCs, and what are the other levels of characters? NPCs. Let's educate the audience.
Okay.
NPCs at the bottom.
Yeah, I would say no. They're in the middle. I would say give more respect to NPCs because they ain't hurting nobody.
they know something. They at least know their
They're
own
just
code.
doing their things. I would say parasitical
Well,
beings.
you have to respect the whole game.
Then NPCs.
What's parasitical? What?
I don't know, just like bad creatures. Like you're out there like trying to do harm.
There's 3 or 4 of those.
yeah.
Okay, and
So
then
you get-
like
NPCs.
frostbite spiders and
Yeah.
Mosquitoes?
Oh, definitely mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
I hate mosquitoes.
What's the purpose of a mosquito other than feeding bats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they could eat other things.
Mosquitoes
I
are
mean, I
definitely
guess they really are a
below
staple
in
for
this
like
realm.
the whole ecosystem.
Right.
But beyond
They
that,
get eaten.
they're just assholes.
Okay, NPCs.
Yeah, I would say that, and I don't know. After that, it's difficult. I don't really. It's hard for me to categorize anybody.
No, but I
else.
mean, is there categorized in that world of people that view that? Are there things?
I don't know.
Do you need to do more research?
Yeah, I feel like okay, this is what I feel like. I feel like there's such a diverse flora and fauna. Like that's a biological term that means like, animal biological beings and plant biological beings, I guess you could call them, but like, plants and animals. And I think that in this vast world, I feel like there's a lot of flora and fauna out there that are in the unseen world that we don't know about them yet. It's the same way that we didn't know about bacteria, hundreds of years ago. We didn't know about supernovas hundreds of years ago. There's a lot of things that we weren't aware of in reality before. And I feel like that's still true today. And so I feel like there's just a lot of diversity out there that you can't even begin to like even set those up into set those up into like categories.
I think I know where his question is going, and I think, like you have your NPCs, and then you have the people playing the game that haven't fully accepted that they are in the game and they should be playing it. And then you have the people that know they're in the game and know what they have to do to get through this. And those are the people that have been through it over and over and over again. The people that have been through this life, this experiment called life. And yeah, so you have the people that have signed up for this and, in the ether, and they're living it. They don't know that they're playing this game. But then you have the other people, like I said, that they've been through it over and over and over again. At some point, they wake up and realize that, this isn't the one and only life that we got. You're going to do this over and over and over again. And at some point, you can accept that fact and just play this life for what it is, or you can just live in the shadows and just let it go by again until you restart.
And no matter where you're at along that journey, I do encourage you to live your best life. Play the hardest game.
Play the game, man.
And get in here. You got one shot.
So now that you've learned to love them, now you're going to love to hear them. Shameless Strings.
Thank you, Zeno. All right, we are the Shameless Strings. We're here to melt some faces. So let's kick off this journey. Our first stop is Zombie Island, and the song is exactly about what you'd think it'd be about. Ready? All right. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seashells and human teeth, sand and skulls and coconut trees. Better run, better flee, 'cause you're fresh meat on an undead beach on Zombie Island, where the party never dies. On Zombie Island, surf's up sacrifice. Holes for eyes in a putrid breeze. An island under the thumb of a voodoo priest. Bone white sands and blood red seas. X marks the spot where a body should be on Zombie Island, where the party never dies. Zombie Island, surf's up sacrifice. Stranded in the dead of night, walking corpses ready to bite. Come on, fellas, let's do 'em right. Guns and rum and 1,000 knives, 'cause we're zombie pirates looking for a fight. We're zombie pirates, legends never die. On Zombie Island where no one will hear your cries. On Zombie Island, sunset, undead rise. On Zombie Island, on Zombie Island, on Zombie Island, on Zombie Island, on Zombie Island. Our pit stop takes us to where the wild things are. A song written about a special place to me in a forest, and just an ode to running wild, and also an ode to a very beloved childhood book. In the high noon sun, till the street lights come on, call my name, oh, let's get gone, yeah, barefoot in the streets, buried in the leaves, that old creek knows my name. Never out of reach, making friends with the trees, so nobody can tame. Wild as a pagan king, where the wild things are, that's where you'll find me. Where the wild things are, on the peaks between the valleys. Where the wild things are, kings of all cities. Where the wild things are, that's where you'll find me. In the high noon sun, till the street lights come on, call my name, oh, let's get gone, yeah, crown me with the ring of leaves, vagabond royalty on a throne of sticks and stones. Brave minds and muddy feet, bright eyes and crooked teeth, will never ever be alone. Oh, I'll eat you up, I love you so. Where the wild things are, that's where you'll find me. Where the wild things are, on the peaks between the valleys. Where the wild things are, kings of all cities. Where the wild things are, that's where you'll find me. In the high noon sun, till the street lights Just come on, call my name. Oh, let's get gone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ba-boom! Put that in your ear holes. We've got one more song for you. One third final song on this journey, and it is Ragnarok. About the end of this set.
And the end of the world.
He knows the tagline. All right, this is going to be a doozy, so
We got it.
turn up your volumes. It's a house of cards in a hurricane, the timeline in the fast lane, then the big bang in the beginning, 1000 BC, and then the 60s, 2000 AD, then I'm ending, and no one's winning. I saw the whole thing, now it's ending. I'm a hurricane, a cosmic rodeo, I'm a nebula in a black hole, I'm a freight train and a volcano, supersonic, platonic, I'm a one-man show. I'm a heat wave in the North Pole, a supernova in a wormhole. I'm an earthquake and a tornado. If you're dim before, well now you know. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh. Alone I sat when the old one sought me. The terror of the gods gazed in mine eyes. What hast thou to ask? Why comest thou hither? O Odin, I know where thine eye is hidden. For much do I know, more do I see. The fetters will burst and the wolf will run free. The giants are coming, Valkyries take flight. The fate of the gods, mighty in fight. The fate of the gods, mighty in fight. I'm a hurricane, a cosmic rodeo. I'm a nebula in a black hole. I'm a freight train in a volcano. Supersonic, platonic, I'm a one-man show. I'm a heat wave in the North Pole, a supernova in a wormhole. I'm an earthquake in a tornado. And if you dim before, well now you know who. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh. Ragnarok, Ragnarok, la-da-da-da-da-da, Ragnarok, Ragnarok, la-da-da-da-da-da, Ragnarok, 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 la-da-da-da-da-da, Ragnarok, 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 Ragnarok.
See you on the next episode of Local Spotlight.
Thank you. Good night.
Local Spotlight has been brought to you by LiveXStudios.com.
If only there was one site that listed all the concerts, festivals, and every other fun event happening in Northwest Indiana. There is. It is at panoramanow.com. Plan on making memories that last.